Hey, welcome back everybody. Tools of Salvo. We're back in the workshop. We're going to talk Glocks again. So in continuation with our Glock series, because yeah, we're Glock guys, we're going to talk about these two guns.
Glocks are good, Glocks are great. Glocks better than chocolate cake.
Always, every day. So on the table today we have the Glock 19 and
The 17. The OG.
yes. So both of these are my guns. This one used to be my everyday carry, and then now for work, because we both carry guns at our job, this is my everyday carry. We're going to talk about not so much the differences between the two, because that should be obvious to you, especially for our viewers.
There's 100 videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bare minimum.
But why you should carry one over the other. So for me, I went from the 19 to the 17 for a couple reasons. One, sight radius. Two, mag capacity. And I know what you're saying. Every mag you can put in a 17, you can also put in a 19. But it doesn't feel the same. Doesn't balance the same. Doesn't look the same. It's not the same. So, Todd, why don't you kick us off on the differences that I would say like other channels don't talk about?
Well, they tend to hit home on most things, except right off the bat, carry ammunition. Very little YouTube channels really do talk about ammunition through different types of handguns. And, people argue that 3-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch, the difference is negligible. I would argue that between 3 and 5-inch, or 3 and 4 1/4, pretty big difference in ballistics.
Agreed.
That's a big difference. Now, sight radius is a more obvious one. The longer sight radius, you're going to be a little bit more accurate on target. But man, the 17 is a soft shooting handgun. It
really is. It absorbs that. I mean,
it's a big gun.
Weight difference in recoil springs is what? At all? Is there a difference?
Between the 16 pounds and I think there's like a 2-pound difference at maximum.
So
that depends on the generation, though.
But I mean, also it's moving a lot more mass. So you have there. It is a softer shooting gun. The 17.
Yeah, it slides moving back slower and it's heavier and just a good gun. I don't know how much to say that the 17. If you're watching this video and you're new to guns and you haven't fired a 17, I think you'll agree. Fire a 17.
Yeah, and also to touch on what you just said with the ballistics, certain bullets stabilize better in a 17 than they do in a 19.
A lot of rounds, so not even that, but just the higher velocities you gain.
Absolutely.
Trapping that combusting powder into a longer barrel. But again, and I can't say it enough, and we do this all the time with new people, fire a 17. You'll love it. It's such a soft shooting handgun.
You absolutely, I have size large hands. I can get a full purchase on a 19, but the difference between a full purchase and
extra room.
Yeah, having the absolute grip in your hand, it is a difference. I mean, if I could tell one person, hey, this is the gun that you need to get if you're only going to get one gun, it would be the 19. But for someone who is going to carry a gun every day as if their life depended on it, like we do, man, sometimes the 17 is better.
Yeah, I mean, if someone came up to me and said, hey man, I want one gun to rule them all, I will actually be this is perfect. If a guy comes up to me and says, hey man, I want multiple guns and I want the best for this purpose and this purpose, and one of those being best shooting handgun, best home defense tool, best overall handgun. The 19 takes the carry gun slot every day of the week. There are other guns for more personalized roles, but as a generalized role, the 19. But the 17 takes that shootability role pretty fucking well.
Yeah.
Like, it's as a home defense tool, what's better?
Well, and again,
right?
I have multiple 17s. I have one on my nightstand. My wife has one on hers. This is my carry gun. I don't let my carry gun be the same one as my nightstand gun. But for that reason, because I know the mechanics of the firearm. I know everything there is to know about positioning of it, how it indexes, but it's also softer recoiling. I can get my follow-up shots faster because of that. The trigger is the exact same between the two. Like, it's that repeatability. But the 17 is a duty gun.
Yep.
That's what it was designed to be.
I mean, if you look at it, Glock's first handgun, the original P80.
P80, yeah.
Handgun of Austria. It is a military service handgun, police handgun. The 19, it is really the gun that starts the craze of compact carry gun. 4-inch barrel, 15-round grip. It's the formula that we all know and love today as a carry gun. And dare I say, maybe Glock didn't do it first, but they really made it popular.
They did.
They didn't do polymer striker fire first, but
No,
they already
did. They perfected it.
Yeah.
With Glock perfection. But I mean, to me, if I was going to choose one gun to walk out the door with, and it be my, Boogaloo, whatever gun, it's gonna be a Glock 17.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about concealed carry all the time.
Yeah.
The 17's a better gun. If you have to defend yourself, I mean, by far. Light bearing capabilities, 2 extra rounds, the gun's super smooth shooting, the parts last forever. Yeah, it's really hard to beat the 17. Again, if you're new to this and you're watching this video, go shoot one. For the love of God. And not just shoot one, compared to other guns.
You're gonna feel the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, really and truly. And I will say, with light capabilities here, you're gonna notice whenever that light is sticking out this much past the muzzle versus on the 19, it's sticking out that much. The carbon buildup on
bad.
Like an X300 is going to be
pretty bad.
Yeah.
You're going to get a pencil race. You're going to clean it every time you shoot it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's if you care about your light like we care about our lights. There's plenty of people out there that let it build up to where it kicks on and there's no getting it off.
I'll be honest, most of my guns I don't care, except for my carry gun.
I mean, for me personally, like, I don't put lights on my guns.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, really.
I do.
And
I do all the time.
That will be a video in the future, but I don't put lights on my guns. I don't like the idea of being a beacon. There are guys that take the opposite approach of I'd rather see my targets.
I got a buddy who was a 911 dispatcher. Too many times I've shot my son, shot my daughter. Light on the gun, I've never heard of really bad. I've heard the theoretical, it's a beacon, but for me it's, I live with other people, one of which is the mother of the woman I live with. It really is a big deal to be able to see when I'm potentially about to kill. But off topic.
Absolutely.
That's a whole other
that's
video.
Another video.
But again, that's part of the beauty of this channel. 2 different opinions from 2 guys who agree with each other. And
Absolutely.
that's hard to find.
And we know how to disagree as well, to where it's, you can have yours and I can have mine and we can still have, still have a channel. But both of these are Gen 4s. Tyler, if you would, real quick, go over the differences between a Gen 4 and a Gen 5 in both these models.
Well, that whole subject will be in a new video eventually. Right off the bat, the few differences, and I am a Glock armor. I went to Glock armor school. Not that means anything, but I could literally spend an entire hour talking about the differences, right? Right off the bat, we have a different finish. Gen 4s offer a Tenifer finish or something similar to. More modern Gen 4s aren't true Tenifer. Gen 5s have an NDLC finish. It's a molten salt bath coating that they do. All the compression springs that Gen 4s have gone to contraction-based springs, or contraction have swapped to compression, I should say, in the Gen 5 series. We get rid of the finger grooves. The overall refinement, excuse me, when I took the Glock Armors class, one thing the instructor kept talking about is the refinement. He's not wrong. Pick up a new Gen 5 and play with it. Everything's a little bit tighter, a little bit cleaner, the fitment's a little bit better.
There's less of this.
Yeah, which on a Glock, who cares, right? Like
Well,
that's,
I mean,
that's a
yes.
Browning action at heart.
Absolutely, but there is less of it.
Yeah, there is a little bit. We'll have a full video. I'm in Glock Armor, so I'll have a video where I take both guns apart and show you the mechanical differences between the two. Part of it is we're new to YouTube, so we got to get verified before we put videos out more than 15 minutes. So when we have that ability, you know, I could do a 30-hour long video on Glocks. Not that we would, but I can do whatever I want.
But we would.
Yes, I can do whatever we want. But in conclusion, I mean, the 17 and the 19 are kind of the perfect Glocks, right?
Well, let me ask you this, and we'll close with this. But Tyler, 17 or 19, which is right?
It would be really weird, right, if we took the two and combined them. That'd be a horrible idea.
You know, I would hate to see what that would be like. I know that they did it with the 45, but what if they made that better?
You mean like a military-ready version of the 45?
Yeah, like something with a lighter trigger.
Maritime cups.
And also tactical peanut butter.
I don't know. That sounds like a bad idea.
Well, did they?
That's just dumb.
Let's see.
Why on earth would they come out with a better gun?
Anyways, this is Vince and Tyler with Tools of Salvo.
Watch later and find out what happens.
T-Zone.